Video we are going to talk about logging in PostgreSQL, and how we can enable it, and what are the different levels of log and what it logs and whatnot. PostgreSQL logs are like your database black box. Basically, you have errors, you have queries, you have performance, you have any kind of issues going on in your database. Everything gets logged to these logs, and logging is very critical for production systems. If something happens to your database, you should be knowing like why kind of it failed, and why the issue occurred. First part is like how you can enable logging in PostgreSQL. So to enable logging, you'll need to basically modify your postgresql.conf file. This file is located in your data directory. So I am running this PostgreSQL version 14, and I don't have logging enabled. So how do I know that? Right. So first things, that's the very first thing. How do I know if the logging is enabled or not? So I do psql to my database, show log destination, basically where your logs are getting stored, logging collector if it's on or not, log directory, which directory, and log file name. So it's saying that log destination is a standard error. It means that whatever the errors or issues are going to appear in my database, they are all going to be printed on the screen or the console rather than going to the log file. Logging collector is off, which means it's not collecting anything. Okay. And log directory, if the logging collector is on, and the log directory should be under your log in your data directory, and the log file name is given, but since I'm not logging anything, that's why it's kind of off. So, or it's like it's there but it's not going to log anything in that file because the file doesn't exist, the directory doesn't exist, right? So first things first, how we can enable logging in the database, right? So to enable logging, basically I need to modify a few of these parameters in my postgresql.conf file. Conf file, all right. Okay, so this is my postgresql.conf file, and you see the separate section here which says the reporting and logging, and we are going to modify some parameters here. Basically, we are going to uncomment these variables, and we are going to like adjust them a little bit, and then we are going to restart the database. All right, so I opened the file in less, but change it to vi. Searching in the file. Okay, so what I have to do, I have to turn on this logging collector on, and log destination, I have to change the log destination. So we are going to change it and make it to csv log. Okay. So you can see on the right side there are certain values here given that you can change it to. So we're going to csv log, and then the next setting we are going to change is to logging collector on. Okay, we are enabling it. And uncomment this value, and we have this on, and the log directory is going to be log, right? Okay, and the file name which is already given, but we are going to uncomment this as well. Okay, and we have these 4 values uncommented, and log rotation, there's a value called as log rotation, age is 1 day, so let's keep it that. I have changed my postgresql.log file, and so .conf file. I'm going to restart my PostgreSQL, but before that I have to create a log directory here. Okay, I'm going to restart the database. Brew services restart. So I have restarted my database, and let's check the log directory here. So I have the csv file, and let's check it out what's inside it. So the regular stuff which says that your database is ready to accept connections and some regular errors. So that's how you can enable the logging in your PostgreSQL database. Now that was the first part. Now let's log back in to the database, and there's another setting called as log min messages. So what are log min messages? Um, so log min messages are basically different types of levels that you can set. So on my screen I have the PostgreSQL docs file, right? So I'm going to open this thing. I don't know if you can see it. So let me maximize this one. So yeah, so these are the severity levels of the logs, which means that the highest is panic basically. So if I'm saying I'm logging warning here, so it's going to log everything from warning till panic. So it's like warning, it's like ascending order, the table is giving in the ascending order. If you are going to set log level as debug 1, it's for it's for highly debugging your queries that are like very badly behaving, or some execution issues or performance issues. You can use that. But if you set that debug 1 to debug 5, or even info, what's going to happen, your log files are going to be filled up really fast, and you will see a lot of info that is kind of not useful for the troubleshooting or information purposes, like for the troubleshooting. So you can only enable these in certain scenarios, and in the standard way warning and onwards are just like kind of fine, right? So let's uh, let's do something, and let's create uh, a query for the table that doesn't exist, right? So select star from not exist. Okay, so it doesn't exist, right? So it's an error. And let's check our log file. Okay, so relation not exist doesn't exist at all, right? So things like that. We are going to change the level to info. Let's change this value in our postgresql.conf file. Logmin messages default as warning, and you can see all the levels, all the values are listed here. So I'm going to change it to info. There is like a more of a lower level, and I'm going to restart. Show login messages. So that's how you can set the login messages for your system. So this is kind of a part one of logging. In the next video I'm going to talk about how you can do log rotation, and basically how you can efficiently rotate the log files and manage the space or storage much better. Hope you like this video. Don't forget to hit subscribe button. Thank you very much.